What's up, guys? Rev here. I just want to have some sort of different thing on my channel, other than live streams, other than crappy gameplays, crappy class setups, because I always get made fun of for it. I don't know. I lose motivation when I get made fun of. Nah, I'm just playing. I don't really care. But so basically, I wanted to talk about something different today. So what I wanted to explain is my parents. One day we were having a conversation, and one day my mom was going to Washington, because my family always had problems growing up. They always had arguments. My mom finally had enough. She just went. She had another reason to go for. You can't explain all the things on the internet. And so she left, but she asked me if I wanted to go with her or not. I said no. I wanted to stay here. I wanted to finish my school here because I had all my friends, and also I didn't want to go with my mom because you had to start fresh over there, and I'm not that good with people. Well, it depends. Like, if I met you first and I actually greeted you in the way I wanted to greet you, I'd be cool with you. But if you greet me first and like all that, yeah, I'm gonna be kind of awkward and shy because I don't know how to approach you. Because usually I'll be the one to approach, but if you approach me, then it messes things up, and it's like we can't really be that good of a friend because I was not the first one. I don't know how to explain it, But anyways, off topic. After I said no, I stayed with my dad. But the thing is, my dad was always at work. He's a carpet installer, so I live in Georgia for all those that don't know. So there's not a lot of carpet installation jobs here for him that paid really well. So yeah. And basically I was on my own, Oh, the first month or two I had a nanny. Yeah, I had a nanny, and she had enough of us. In the beginning, it was about January. It was in January when I had my first actual girlfriend. Like, not the type that you say that you're girlfriends and you don't actually like hang out or anything after school, An actual girlfriend I'd actually want to go see. I actually went to go see stuff like that while my mom was away. She eventually came back and took my my brothers, because she left my brothers too with me and the nanny. But eventually she took him back, and my brothers went to go live with her over in Washington. Not the city, but the state, just to clarify. And basically, I was stuck here alone after that. Well, yeah, I got my girlfriend in January, so I would see her. The first time I went to her house was in February. Not even, I think it was about 2 weeks. It was on Valentine's Day. I went to her house, and it was the first time I actually walked home from school with her, and we walked all the way to her house. It was really cold that day. I remember that too. It was really, really cold because I bought her a bunch, $80 worth of balloons on Valentine's Day, and she didn't plan on going on the bus with a bunch of balloons. So I was like, okay, but let's go walking home. I'll take you home, because I overdid it. I overdid it a lot. A bunch of balloons, probably the most balloons I've ever seen someone hold at school. And I can tell it kind of frustrated her, so didn't really work in my favor, but because she couldn't get through the doors and stuff. But anyways, we went to her house, we had our little date there. I met her mom, all that stuff. So the thing about her is she'd be the one helping me through the rest of my 3 years living alone. Now I'm 18. My parents are finally back. She came back, she wanted to see me. Thank God for that. Couldn't survive on noodles. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't really eat noodles. I had a whole 12 pack of noodles that I never opened. But so going on through the nanny, we lived a few months with the nanny. She left because apparently she wanted more than my mom was paying her for, and she wasn't satisfied, so she left. My mom came to pick up my brothers. I decided to stay. I just wanted to stay here and finish high school. It's not like parents kicked me out and I was alone for the rest of my life or something like that. Nah, it's nothing like that. Like, I had a house. I had my dad who would give me money every now and then. I'd always conserve my money, because I couldn't drive, but I could order stuff like pizza and stuff, and so basically I also have my dog Nick, who's a pit bull. He's gotten me through a lot. It's me and him. It's always been me and him. He's always been by my side. You might hear him in the background now and then. We've been together those 3 years. He's about 3 years old, 3 or 4. I can't remember. You know, I've always had a bad memory. That's why I'm trying to think of this, and I'm. It's already been 11 minutes, and I can barely even remember what I'm trying to talk about. Well, anyways, even if this drags on, I'll just edit out some parts. I'd be sad that there was nobody at home, but I eventually got used to it, you know. Back on topic, my dad was never really there at home, and eventually I decided to take things into my own hands. You know, I would ask my dad, because I went to go get my permit before all of this happened. Or did I get it at 16? Whoa, I don't even remember, but I remember I was driving around. It was either without my permit or with my permit, but I was driving alone. I learned driving on my own. Yeah, so eventually I taught myself how to drive. I looked up road laws and signs and what you should do at the light, all that type of stuff. It was kind of tough. I never really cooked at home because I couldn't really cook that well. I would go out to eat a lot. Like, there's this store near me. I would go buy like basic stuff like noodles, you know. I'd always tell my dad that I was actually eating really well, like out or stuff. But a main thing to help me survive during that, because I didn't really like wasting my money on food. I wasn't, at the time I was 5'11". Yeah, at the time I was 5'11" and weighing about 149 pounds. And all I really did was stay in my room and play video games, and that's all I would do after school, after I got home, because school and my girlfriend were the only things in my life at the time. I would go to school, eat, see my girlfriend, give her a little kiss, go back home. I would take a nap, wake up, maybe play. I don't know how long. I don't remember how long, but I would play a bit and then go back to sleep. Homework would be done eventually near the deadline, but sometimes I wouldn't get it done. I was like, fuck it. But Nick and my girlfriend were a large part of my life during these 3 years alone, because I would go over to eat a lot, like, and that's where I started gaining weight, because they overfed me a lot. Like, her mom liked me a lot, as well as her dad, and they would overfeed me. They would give me like 2 to 3 plates every time I went over there, and even though I didn't want to eat it, I felt like it was rude. Even if it wouldn't go down, I'd eat all of it. And that's the way I also conserved the money. At 15, it was the time of my life. We'd go over to Six Flags like every two weeks for like 2 months, not a month, like for like 2 months. We just had a blast, you know. But eventually things started to die down. I would go over there to eat a lot, because that's where I would go to eat after school. Otherwise I wouldn't eat at all, or I'd like microwave a few noodles in the microwave and eat them. But my girlfriend would feed me a lot, and so I'd hang out with her a lot, and most of the money I blew on her and fun stuff like the movies, like Six Flags. It was such a fun time. Now my parents are back. Now I can't get enough of my brother just screaming and yelling in the back in the morning and in the day, and you know, I just wanted to make something different. This is why I can't really live stream that much anymore. I can't, even though my live streams are kind of shitty. I know I barely put any effort into the I don't put any effort into the thumbnail or the description, and I always sound dead half of the time when I'm live streaming. Like, I don't know, it's just my voice. I try to put some emotion into my voice, but it comes off as I'm trying too hard. I just can't be natural. This is me, and this is who I'm supposed to be. So for everybody that says it sounds like I'm too depressed, well, that's what you get out of me, man. That I can't do anything about it. It's how I am. And so a large part of what I learned during those 3 years is save your money, because you're gonna need it when you're hungry. Also, don't spend it all on your girlfriend, man, because it might not always work out. Don't get mad at your dog if he has a little accident. Don't stay up too late playing video games alone at night, because you got school tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to give my insight on a few things. sometimes I would stay up all night. Okay, let me tell you the actual truth, man. It was a fucking blast, man. So it started sophomore year with the nanny. Eventually, like second semester came along. I was pretty stoked. Yeah, second semester I met my girlfriend and I ate all her food. You know, I was a happy man. Junior year comes around. I already knew how to drive. I wouldn't skip school, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't skip inside school, but I would miss a few days. I'll be honest about that. Okay, not maybe a few days, but I don't know. There's this one teacher I did not like at school. One teacher, he totally despised me too. I knew it too. The way he looked at me. I really did not want to go to class, and it was my first period of that day. Because at my school, they had implemented block schedule, so you had 4 periods, and they were like an hour and 90 minutes. They were 90 minutes, and I would go to school late, so I'd make it just as period 1 was over, and I'd go over to period 2. I'd tried not to go to that class ever, but eventually I was like, enough is enough. I gotta go back to class because I need to go raise my grade up. And I passed. I passed this class, I think, with like an 80, because I studied real hard for his final, and I got like an 80, and he said he'd match the grades up to an 80 if you got it on the final. Not to an 80, but whatever you got that was lower than your test score, he'd raise it up to your test score or something like that. But I don't really remember. And eventually second semester came along and it was easier, and I actually got a class back with my girlfriend. And like, when I wouldn't want to go to school, nobody tells you what to do. They don't tell you stay home. I mean, they don't tell you go to school. And yeah, maybe I would tell them a few lies then and there, but I did feel bad, and eventually I'd go to school. Nah. And I would go to school I would not go to school every now and then, but just when I really didn't want to, like, cause video games messed up a huge part of school for me, cause I would stay up late playing that. And eventually my senior year, I'd stay up a large amount of my senior year till 2 a.m. playing with my buddy Charlie. I think it was just second semester. We'd stay up till 2 in the morning every night, and then go to school. I remember 2 or 3 times I'd pull an all-nighter and actually go to school like that. And because I knew if I were to fall asleep, I wouldn't wake up. And yeah. Okay, so let me tell you, in junior year I used to bring my truck over to the school because they would have a student parking lot, and they didn't actually enforce the parking sticker there. So I was like, bet, and I parked there every day for like second semester of junior year. And I would drive, man. But eventually, was it junior year? No, it was senior year. Never mind. I'll get to that part. So in junior year, I was going out to school late if I wanted to, you know, everything. I could wait in my car for a bit, get ready. I could miss the bus in the morning and then go back to school without anybody telling me I can't park there. It was so fun. I miss school, man. Anyway, senior year rolls around, and you know, I'm 17. I think I was 17. Yeah, I was. Was I? Yeah, I was 17. And 17, I was really trying to pass because the year prior, I think I failed one class. I think it was pre-cal. I failed pre-cal one semester, but I don't think it really mattered because it was already a senior class, and I was gonna take stats anyways. They didn't make me retake pre-cal anyways, so eventually I went to summer school for I went back for biology because something in freshman year. I'll explain it if I ever make another video about it. Basically, I fucked up my freshman year because I failed biology, and they were pretty low grades back then. And oh yeah, sophomore year I failed chemistry because I had this teacher, man. Sorry for using the word, but she was a bitch, man. She was a bitch. Like, I hated her. Maybe it was because she was pregnant. She just hated everyone, but I don't know, man. She just didn't like me either. And but I tried my best to understand chemistry, and she did not like. I don't know. She if you didn't understand it, she would get mad that you wouldn't understand it. You know, and I was scared of her. Like, I was genuinely scared of her, as well as that other guy in junior year. And yeah, so we jump back over. I know I'm jumping around too much, but let's just jump right over to senior year. And yeah, so senior year comes around. I'm trying to make up those 2 credits. No, I already made them up over the summer. Never mind. Senior year comes around. I had made up my 2 credits. Yeah, my 2 credits over the summer. Yeah, over the summer. And actually, I failed one more class. I forgot. I failed I think it was geometry. And I actually took that class over my senior year. And I also retook health. I was such a dumbass back then in freshman year, man. I fucked up a lot. And I retook health and geometry my freshman year. From my freshman year. And eventually I took health my first semester, and then geometry was my second semester. And I was trying so hard to like get my stuff done, but sometimes I wouldn't wake up at all during the school days, and I would just miss school completely. But I don't regret any of it. It was fun as fuck. So I still got my diploma. I'm still hopefully going to college, and even though my GPA is not as high as I'd want it to be, I've always wanted to not let my parents down, you know, not to just be a dropout or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong. If you have a good reason to drop out, then you have a good reason to drop out. But I did not want to drop out. I wanted to complete and get my diploma. I was trying so hard. I think it was the last month. Here I am today with my diploma. But I do give a lot of thanks to my girlfriend that was there. She encouraged me through the whole way. She got me through a lot, and I appreciate her for that. She gave me food. She encouraged me to start my channel, but to start like live streaming on my channel, because I went to MLG. I'll talk about that too some other time. Yeah, I might start telling some stories, because I have a bunch of stories that I just want to get off my chest before I forget them all, because I'm starting to forget some of them. And it was just an incredible experience. 3 years of my life went by like that. And if you enjoyed my little story here, you could leave a like, but I know you're not gonna leave a. No, I'm just playing. Anyways, I'm out, guys. Peace.